Hello all and welcome back to our channel. My name is Willem Oostdijk and I represent Oley & Associates, a pioneer in education and migration services for the past 20 years. I recently had the opportunity to attend a webinar on revised nomination requirements for state sponsorship and thought appropriate to share these proposed changes with our loyal clients and subscribers. Tasmania has revised visa nomination requirements for subclass 190 skilled nominated visa for the 22-23 years. Details are available on the Migration Tasmania website. These requirements will come into effect once they receive confirmation from the Australian Government on their nomination allocation for the 2022-2023 year. The Tasmania Skilled Migration State Nomination Program will open once the allocation is finalised. So let's have a closer look at the subclass 190 skilled nominated visa pathway and required eligibility criteria. To be considered for this pathway, you must meet all the criteria and you may also need to possess one or more of the priority attributes listed for this pathway, which we refer to shortly. First of all, you must have been working in Tasmania for 6 months immediately prior to your application. Your employment must average at least 20 hours per week over the 6-month period immediately prior to lodging your application. You must currently be living in Tasmania and intend to continue living in Tasmania, and a reminder, your dependents must not be living in another Australian state or territory. Your employment must be in an occupation listed on the Tasmanian Onshore Skilled Employment Occupation List, the TOSOL, T-O-S-O-L. Your employment needs to be closely related to your nominated occupation, a skilled role within the same industry area as your skills assessment. There must be a genuine ongoing need for your position within the business, including a minimum 12-month contract with at least 3 months remaining at the time you apply for nomination. If you are a subcontractor, you may be considered in this pathway if you have related skills assessment and at least 12 months business activity in Tasmania. The employment and conditions that need to be met include that your employer must be a well-established business that has been actively operating in Tasmania for the past 12 months. Your wages and conditions in your employment must be no less favourable than those that would apply to an Australian citizen or permanent resident, with salary or wages that are also equivalent to the market salary rate. There must be a genuine ongoing need for your position within the business, including a minimum 12-month contract with at least 3 months remaining at the time you apply for nomination. The contract may be casual, but must comply with the Fair Work Ombudsman National Employment Standards. The priority attributes previously mentioned for the 190 skilled employment pathway are assigned either a gold, green or orange pass. One gold attribute will give you a gold pass. You can apply immediately without waiting. One green attribute will give you a green pass. The more you accumulate, the faster you will get in. And the more orange attributes you accumulate, the sooner you get out of the waiting room and will be invited to apply for nomination. There's also a graduate pathway on offer in Tasmania, and this requires you must have finished a course of study and received a letter of completion from a tertiary institution in Tasmania. Your course must be registered on the Commonwealth Register of Institutions and Courses for Overseas Students, which is also called CRICOS. And from the start of your course and throughout your studies, you must have resided in Tasmania for at least 2 consecutive years. Your course of study must be at the AQF 5 level, which is a diploma or higher, or at least Certificate 3, related to an ENSCO Major Group 3 or Group 4 occupation. The course must be listed on CRICOS with a duration of at least 90 weeks, and you must have completed your course in Tasmania, on-site and full-time. You must currently be living in Tasmania and plan to continue living there. For PhD candidates in Tasmania, the graduate pathway is available to Tasmanian candidates even if they haven't finished an undergraduate degree. In order to qualify, they need to have lived in Tasmania for at least 2 years and completed at least 2 years of their PhD discipline in Tasmania. Well friends, in summary, if you have been working in a critical role occupation for the past 3 months or have worked in a total listed employment for the past 6 months, then you stand a good chance receiving an invitation to lodge a nomination. Just remember, the gold pass means you go straight through, no need to queue or wait, whilst the green pass allows you to accumulate priority attributes, limiting queuing and waiting time. For further information, we recommend that you book a consultation, either face-to-face or via Zoom or Microsoft Teams, and you can reach us at 02-9290-1517, or you can email me directly at willem@oli.com.au. Thank you for watching this video.